So today I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about what my job looks like, what I do, and what my prayer routine entails, because that is a big part of my job. So, yeah. So today is Monday. Today is day 4 of the St. Michael's Lent, and it's also day 4 of the 54-day Rosary Novena, and it's Monday, and it's a happy Monday. So my parish does daily mass on Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays, so I don't get to go to daily mass on Mondays and Tuesdays. But the days that I can go to daily mass, I always start my day with daily mass, because I think that it's a great way for me to be grounded and take the Eucharist before I start working and praying for my young adults. And then I usually do my rosary either before I start working or as like a little break. So I'll show you a little tour of my desk in a bit, but I have my 2 rosaries right here, whichever one I'm feeling I pick for the day. Yeah, they're very pretty. I have them on a little hook, so I remember. So I do my rosary for, one of my intentions is for my young adults, and for any young adult out there who is seeking to be closer to God. So those are my intentions for the rosary, and I try to do that every single day. I also recently started using this as a template for me to really focus and meditate on the rosary. It's called a scriptural rosary for the family, and it is part of the Knights of Columbus's Building the Domestic Church series. I have read so many of these little booklets because I think it's beautiful, and I cannot wait to start my own family and be able to build my own domestic church. But until then, I'm using this to pray for my future family and also for the families of my young adults. And it goes through a verse for each Hail Mary, and it allows me to kind of focus a little bit better. So yeah, I really like that. And then today, as I was going into my office, I found a St. Anthony medal that someone was put in our little giveaway box. So I snatched it up. I love St. Anthony. I already have a St. Anthony medal right there. But my mom really wanted this one, and this one is gold, and I'm a gold jewelry girl, so I'll probably take this gold one, put it here, and then give this one to my mom. So yeah, that was a little fun surprise. But yeah, in addition to my rosary, I have also, for the past, I'm on day 6 today, I've been doing a surrender novena, which I didn't want to do when I first started it. I really didn't, but it was recommended to me by my spiritual director. And I love it. It's super short, if any of you have the chance to look it up. Super short. It takes me maybe 30 seconds to get through, but it's completely opened my mind and changed my mind about what surrender looks like. And maybe I'll make another video about this later, but I had some preconceptions about what surrender was supposed to be, which was completely wrong, and it just completely changed my perspective on it. I love it. So try out the surrender novena. It's made such an impact on my life, even though it's only been 6 days. I love it. And then Tuesdays, for my prayer routine. Tuesdays is one of my favorite days of the week because it's St. Anthony's Day, and when I come into work on Tuesdays, I ensure that it's my St. Anthony Day. So I always start out with my 13 Tuesdays devotion, which one of my really close friends told me about. It is a devotion for 13 Tuesdays in a row, because there were 13 days in between the death of St. Anthony and when he was buried, and Tuesdays is considered St. Anthony's Day. So for 13 Tuesdays, you pray his devotion for a specific intention. And I have been loving it. I'm on week 5 tomorrow, and it has been one of my favorite devotions I've ever done, and I love having it spaced out for every Tuesday. And then after that, I do my St. Anthony chaplet, which is 13 Our Fathers, Hail Marys, and Glory Bees, devoted to St. Anthony. And then I also do journaling, which, really sad story. Yesterday, I guess my water bottle opened up in my bag, and it ruined my journal. But this is my journal, and I've been journaling every day for a very long time. And only recently, though, I've been journaling specifically letters to the Lord, which I really enjoy, which I hadn't really done before, and I think I really like journaling that way. It's almost like opening up a conversation and opening up my heart to the Lord, and I really like it. And I've also been reading, I tried to pick one spiritual book to focus on until I finish that book. So right now, recommended to me by my spiritual director is this book. It's called Abandonment to God, and it is the teachings of Saint Therese of Lisieux, who is, I have a story about Saint Therese, which I'll tell you in a bit. But she is chasing my heart right now, and I really, really love this book because it also is attached sort of to the Surrender Novena, and it's teaching what surrender looks like, or what the phrase abandonment to God is. And I'll probably make another video about the stuff that I've learned from this book so far. I'm about halfway through it, and I read maybe just like 2 or 3 pages every day. So it's really transformative, and I've been recommending this book to everybody. And it's, yeah, I'll talk more about it. I'll make another video about this book because I really like it. Yeah, and now I'm in a place where I'm considering a prayer, a devotion, which I don't know too much about, and it's called the Saint Bridget prayer. Now there's 2. There's one for 1 year, which is 15 prayers every day for 1 year, and then there's one for 12 years, which is 7 prayers every day for 12 years. That's a big commitment, and I'm a bit hesitant on starting right away. So I've been doing a lot more discernment on it, and a lot more figuring out if that's something that I want to do, and sort of asking Saint Bridget for her intercession on discerning whether or not that is a prayer that I want to commit to. But I really like the prayers, and it is a meditation on the wounds of Jesus and connecting yourself to those wounds, which I think is really, really beautiful. All right, well, yeah, it sounds like, and actually one of my friends told me this yesterday, that, you know, Fedora, you do so many like novenas or so many devotions. Like, are you sure? Like, why do you do so many? And one, it kind of does sound like I do so many, but I also do very much balance it out with my own personal conversation with the Lord. I just really enjoy having a structure to my prayer, and having something that I can read off, because it makes it a lot easier for me to really connect with it when I have something to read, and to make my own intentions to myself very clear. I don't like bringing an intention to the Lord, but it being very chaotic and vague, and not really understand what I want and what I desire, and how to align that to God's will. So that's why the novenas and devotions help me. But in addition to that, I really do make sure to balance them out with personal conversation with the Lord, journaling as being part of that, spiritual reading, making sure that it's well-rounded and not just entirely reading off novenas or treating them like an ATM, which I have fallen prey to before, and it takes practice. So again, it sounds like I do so much structured prayer, but it really doesn't take up that much time. Daily Mass, 30 minutes, and I do those on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. My daily rosary takes around 20 minutes a day. The Surrender Novena, maybe 30 seconds. The St. Anthony devotion, I use that on the days that I can't go to daily Mass, so also around 30 minutes. I journal for 15, and my abandonment to God, maybe 10 minutes. So if you're hesitant on doing devotions or novenas, just think that it doesn't take a whole lot of time, but it does take a lot of opening up your heart and learning so much. And I hope that this inspires you to think of a couple of devotions that you might be hesitant on starting and want to try out. There's so many, and I'll probably make another video about other ones that I've considered and not done yet, or preparing to do. But yeah. Oh, and I also am finishing up my St. Joseph consecration, but that also only takes around 10 minutes a day. It's really, truly not so much the time, but the opening of the heart and being able to balance it with conversations with the Lord. But yeah, I wanted to end with a really amazing story of Saint Therese chasing my heart today. So last night I was having a lot of doubt and a lot of fear, and I'm not really someone who asks for a lot of signs from the Lord, because I am someone who definitely That's my office. I am definitely someone who will overthink signs. But last night I had a lot of doubts and I said, Saint Therese, I have this particular intention on my heart, and please show me your intercession and let me know if this is not the path that I should be doing, or this isn't the intention that I should be praying for. Please let me know. And if you can, send me a white rose, one singular white rose, that would be amazing. And today I walk into my office, and in front of my little Mary statue, look what someone put. It's a singular white rose. That wasn't there before. I didn't put it. Someone put it at her feet. And it just makes me feel like Saint Therese is definitely watching out for me. It makes me very happy. But yeah, I'll be praying for anyone who's watching this, and thanks for watching.